Hello.
You have a driver's license, registration, insurance?
Yes, I do. My name is Senator Justine Watsack.
This body cam footage from a Tucson officer obtained by the Tucson Sentinel is from March 15th. That's when Tucson police says Senator Watsack was caught speeding in her Tesla around 10 p.m. in the area of Euclid and Speedway near the University of Arizona.
And I'm racing to get home because I have 4 miles left on my charger before I'm about to go down.
Okay, well, Speedway is a 35-mile-an-hour zone.
I understand.
And you were doing over 70.
I was not doing 70.
Yes, you were.
70 in a 35-mile-per-hour zone. Wow. Let's continue.
I was behind you. I had my radar. Is this a government vehicle?
No, it's not, but I'm a government employee.
The officer goes into his car and turns off the audio. Tucson police tell us the officer then calls his supervisor and legal advisor and is told Watsack possibly has legislative immunity. He did not cite her that night.
She didn't get a get-out-of-jail-free card. She just got a temporary stay.
Retired Mesa police officer Bill Richardson is correct. There is a legislative loophole. Attorney Tom Ryan explains there's a provision in the state constitution that prevents police from arresting legislators in session so they don't interfere with their ability to vote.
As long as it's not a felony or breach of peace or an act of treason, nobody in the state of Arizona may arrest or serve any kind of civil process upon a sitting legislature as long as they're in session or 15 days before the next session.
Well, look at that. Apparently, in Arizona, the lawmakers are indeed above the law. And you notice that Senator Justine Watsack, the first thing she said when the cop pulled her over is, "My name is Senator Justine Watsack." So she pulled rank. So in Arizona, I don't know if other states do this, but apparently in Arizona, senators, state lawmakers are immune to a silly speeding ticket. Let's see how the rest of this plays out.
The legislature adjourned last month, but Tucson police tell us Watsack has refused to meet with officers for her citation, claiming this is political persecution. Now, we did reach out to Watsack, but have not heard back. The Tucson Sentinel reports she could be served soon.
So look at that. You get pulled over for speeding, but Miss Watsack said that she doesn't have to deal with that. She's got better things to do, apparently. But that's not all. Wait till you hear what this lawmaker from Arizona said about this same situation.
Filed against the state lawmaker in this shocking video, bragging about driving 140 miles an hour. The leadfoot sticking his foot in his mouth after being pulled over for speed.
Did you hear what we just heard? What she just said? This guy was traveling 140 miles per hour. Oh, man. What's going on in Arizona?
And ABC 15's Melissa Blasey is asking why the public official drove away that day without even getting a ticket.
Third reading of bills.
From lawmaker to lawbreaker. In 2 hours' time on March 27th, Representative Paul Mosley went from voting here on the State House floor to flooring it in his Lexus near Parker, Arizona.
Please watch your speed regardless of trying to get home. 97 is absolutely not an 130. Yeah, this goes 130.
Anything over 85 miles an hour is criminal speeding, punishable by a fine or possible jail time. But the father of 7, a first-term Republican from Lake Havasu City, invoked Arizona's legislative immunity law. Basically, lawmakers can't be arrested for most crimes during the legislative session.
Yeah, I mean, I don't break the law because I can, but because just trying to get home 130. Well, okay. Well, your logic is.
Well, guys, there it is. There's the explanation for it. He was just trying to get home. Because nobody else on the road is just trying to get home. So he has to go 130 miles per hour so that he can get home. Because apparently he is more important than everyone else. What's going on in Arizona with these lawmakers? I hope none of these people are still in office. And not only that, but this guy is on camera bragging about it. So the cop caught him going 97. And he bragged that I usually go 130 and sometimes even 140 out here. Oh, man. Let's see what else happened in this video.
It's flawed for me. I see too many accidents.
Now, just hours after the deputy's body camera video became public,
we may have legislative immunity, but that's not a license to misbehave.
fellow state representative Mark Fincham filed an ethics complaint against Mosley, claiming conduct unbecoming a member.
It really was shocking to me that a member of the legislative body would behave in the way that was displayed.
Mosley did not even get a ticket back in March, but the case has been forwarded to prosecutors who could decide to charge him with.
So this Mark Fincham is holding his fellow lawmaker.
Crime.
I'm not going to lecture you. You have a good day, sir.
Mosley issued an apology on Facebook, saying his behavior was entirely inappropriate and showed extremely bad judgment. But is that enough to avoid punishment? Melissa Blasius, ABC 15, Arizona.
Well, all this breaking just weeks.
So this was in 2018. So apparently this has been going on for quite a while. But his fellow lawmaker held him accountable. His fellow lawmaker held him accountable. Or did he? Let's take a look at what just happened recently in Arizona with this same law.
Republican State Senator Mark Fincham is the latest Arizona lawmaker to invoke legislative immunity to get out of a speeding ticket.
Now, before we even continue, if you remember on the previous video, it was Mark Fincham who was calling out the other guy for speeding. And this was a few years back. Now look who it is. This was just 1 month ago. Mark Fincham invokes the same law. Let's take a look at Mr. Fincham.
To this, Prescott police say an officer pulled him over on January 25th, going 48 miles an hour in a 30-mile-an-hour zone. 2 days later, Fincham sent a letter to the Prescott police chief asking the citation to be, quote, voided and stricken from the record. He cited legislative immunity because the Arizona legislature is currently in session. Prescott police made a motion to dismiss the speeding ticket without prejudice, meaning the case could be refiled in the future. In his letter, Fincham claims he did not argue with the officer. He also says he was not aware of the speed limit being only 30 miles per hour and that he believed the posted speed limit was 45 miles per hour because that was the typical rate of traffic.
So Mark Fincham called out the other lawmaker, and here we are a few years later, and he's doing the same thing. But we got some footage on Mark Fincham. The body cam footage was released, so I want to take a look at that real quick. Yes. Let's roll that beautiful bean footage.
Thank you. All right, so ordinarily, I mean, I'm not in the business. I don't like writing tickets, but you're almost at 20 over, okay? At that speed, especially where we're at, this is also one of our complaint areas. You are going to be getting a ticket tonight, okay? So this is just an ordinary speeding ticket. Court date for this is set for March 4th. 3 ways you can take care of a speeding ticket. First one is you can contest it. If you do wish to do so, notify them before that court date. They'll make arrangements for you. Second one is you can pay the ticket. You can do so by going to the courthouse. That's the one right downtown. That's their phone number right there. They can give you information for paying over the phone. There's also a website at the bottom. Third one is you can attend traffic survival school if you haven't done so in the last year. Information for that can be obtained at the website or by calling. Okay, do you have any questions?
No, I'll take it up to legislative council.
Say that again?
I'll take it up to legislative council.
Okay, you're more than welcome to. Have a good evening.
And you see that? Fincham, he don't care what this officer is saying. He's giving him all of these options. He's like, I'm Mark Fincham. I'll take this up with legislative council. I am above the law. So let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think that lawmakers should not have to obey speed limit laws and traffic laws if the legislature is in session? Or do you think they should be held accountable just like the citizens they write the laws for? Pretty interesting out here in Arizona. I wonder if any other states do this. Let me know if you guys know any other states where the lawmakers don't have to abide by the traffic laws. And that's it for Arizona and these law-breaking lawmakers out there in the desert. Let's go up to the East Coast, New York City, where some people have come up with a clever way to avoid paying for congestion pricing. Let's take a look.